If you had to sum up your answer in one word, what would it be?
Wrong.
Okay. Mr. Beck, what does the term conservative mean to you?
I'd just like to point out, saying the name Ronald Reagan doesn't make you a conservative. Believing in oneself. Believing the answer lies in each and every individual. And that each and every individual may need a hand up from time to time, but there are also the people that will give others that hand up. It's not yes, we can, or yes, we will. It's yes, I can, and yes, I will. We are a nation that takes care of each other. We are not a nation that, again, goes back to the permit. Just this week in Minnesota, there is a couple that in 2008 had to stop doing the repairs on their home. They were putting new siding on the back of their home. They had to stop. They put it on 3 sides, but on the back side, they couldn't finish it. It was new siding and a rock retaining wall. Well, because the recession hit in 2008, they had to stop. They've been struggling ever since. They got a notice because a neighbor saw the back of their house and didn't like the way it looked and decided that that's got to be against something in the city ordinance and found it. And then called the permit police in the town. So they sent them a note and said, you have X number of days to finish your house. Well, they didn't have the money to finish their house. They got another notice. They still didn't have the money to finish the house. The neighbors didn't like it. The sheriff came knocking on their door this week, came in and arrested the homeowner. He was to spend 30 days in jail because he couldn't afford the siding on the back of his house. They put him in jail for 2 days, then allowed him to spend the other 28 days under home arrest with an ankle bracelet. Believe it or not, America, this is a true story. It just happened this week. Now you tell me, is that who we are? Because we used to be people, when our neighbor had trouble, if something happened to their barn or their house, we'd get together as neighbors and we'd raise their barn. We'd help finish their house, not call the permit police. We are separating ourselves from each other, and what conservatives do is help each other because that's who we are inside. Ronald Reagan.
I would increase funding for the permit police. There are brave first responders.
They're not first responders.
Every week, many permit police are taken down by paper cuts, and my heart goes out to them.
If I prayed, I would say a prayer for those guys.
That's true. Please don't.
Now, throughout this primary season, some, and I mean all candidates, have been accused of flip-flopping on the issues. How important is it for a candidate to be consistent in his point of views? Brian Sack?